Days of old anime. From the uncharted regions of the 1980s, a legend is rebooted. The Legend of Voltron, the Defender of the Universe. Voltron, the Defender of the Universe, the 1984 Americanized anime. Originally, this anime is called Beast King Go Lion, but when it came to the United States, they decided to change it and call it Voltron. Basically, what this show is about, it's set in the future where space travel is common, and Earth has made an alliance, a galactic alliance, with neighboring planets, and they have created a space academy called Galaxy Garrison. And with this space academy and the alliance, they keep peace throughout this part of the galaxy and this part of the universe. But then a threat comes to that peace from Planet Doom by the name of Zarkon, the evil tyrant of that planet, and he wishes to try to take over the galaxy. And to do that, he has to attack planet Eris, one of the neighboring allies, which holds the key to defending Galaxy Garrison and the Alliance, a robot called Voltron, which is made up of 5 lions. Now, Zarkon is able to defeat Voltron and get the lions separated among different parts of planet Eris. So Galaxy Garrison, the Space Academy, sends 5 pilots, 5 space explorers to planet Eris to bring back Voltron and help defend Eris and the Galactic Alliance. This team is made up of the leader, Keith, who wears red and flies the Black Lion. Lance, the loner and rebel of the group, he flies the Red Lion. He wears blue. You got Sven, who has a funny European accent. He's from Norway, and he flies the Blue Lion, and he usually wears black. And then you have Pidge, the smartest and youngest of the group, and he wears green and flies the Green Lion. Hunk, who wears orange and he's the muscle of the group, flies the Yellow Lion. They go to planet Eris, but on their way they get captured by Zarkon. They become prisoners. Eventually, they do escape from the prison and find a ship to get to planet Eris. And when they get there, they meet up with the princess of the Castle of Lions, the princess of Eris, Allura, and her surrogate father, Koran, since her original father, King Alfor, is dead and only appears as a ghost every so often. And she tells them about Voltron and how to find the lion keys necessary so they can pilot these mech lions. So the Voltron Force find the keys necessary and get into the lions with the help of the mice, Chitter and some other mice help them find the keys necessary to fly the lions. They get in them through the launching bay, which is a series of tunnels, and to get through these tunnels they have to go through these little pods, that fly through the tunnels and get them to the lions, each of the different hidden layers where each lion is. The Black Lion is in a statue right outside the Castle of Lions. The Red Lion is in a volcano on planet Eris. The Green Lion is somewhere in the Eris forest in one of the trees. The Blue lion is in the lake that's surrounding the castle of lions, and the yellow lion is in the desert of Eris in a cave and fight against Zarkon's armada and the robeasts that Zarkon's witch Hagar creates. And in order to defeat the robeasts, they have to make the lions merge to form Voltron. The black lion becomes the head and torso. The red lion is the right arm. The blue lion is the leg. You got the green lion, which is the other arm, the left arm. The yellow lion is the other leg, and the black lion also helps form the head. Now, I loved this show. I really liked watching it when I was younger, and it's so great that it's back on Netflix. And not only is it back, but they have done a rebooted version as well called Voltron Legendary Defender to continue the story for a new generation. And it's just an awesome show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the original show, and this is just a really great show. And one of the things that happens within this show is eventually Hagar has her cat attack the Blue Lion pilot Sven. The cat bites Sven, and the poison that Sven gets from the cat hurts him so badly that he can't fly the Blue Lion anymore. So the responsibility of flying the Blue Lion falls to Princess Allura, even though Coran and the woman that's a mother figure for Allura, this annoying nanny that I don't like, the Voltron Force needs her. So she becomes the 5th member of the Voltron Force to replace Sven, and they're able to continue defending Eris and defending the Galactic Alliance. And it was very cool that they added Allura, even though in order to do that, they had to get rid of Sven. But Sven is not gone from the show forever. Eventually, he does come back and marries, I think it's Allura's cousin that he marries, who is a princess of a neighboring kingdom on the other side of Eris. Or maybe it's Allura's sister or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. And he doesn't end up rejoining the team again. Allura stays as part of the Voltron Force and continues to fly the Blue Lion. But there is a point within the first season when Allura, because she's so headstrong, decides to fly the Black Lion, which makes the team get a bit angry because you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing, and you're going into Keith's lion instead when you should be sticking to your own lion, and that abrupts things at one point within the show. But they do forgive her for it. Now, in the original anime, when Sven is mortally wounded, instead his character dies. But the distributors that were putting out the American version felt that kids wouldn't be able to handle death within a show that is meant for them. So instead, he just had the character of Sven be mortally wounded, so he couldn't fly the Blue Lion instead of being killed. And the person that you see marrying Allura's cousin or sister, whatever, is actually Sven's brother or something. I forget who it was. And he respects the fact that Allura is the new pilot of the Blue Lion, doesn't take over. Let's talk about the best villain from the Voltron Lion Force, Prince Lotor, Zarkon's son. I like this villain a lot because he was so ruthless, and he was always trying to take power away from his father, Zarkon, a lot. One of the other things about his character is that he had a crush on Princess Allura, so he was always, quite often, he was trying to kidnap her and trying to get her to fall in love with him. Of course, she would never fall in love with him. And he was just a really, really good villain. Such a good villain that he became the main villain for the the later versions of Voltron, Voltron the Third Dimension, the Voltron Force that Nickelodeon did, and now he's going to be the main villain in the third season of Voltron Legendary Defender, which is going to be awesome. I can't wait to see how they're going to do Lotor. When Hagar said summon Prince Lotor at the end of season 2, I was like, yes, finally, Lotor! It has been implied within the show of Voltron that Allura has had feelings for Keith, and Keith also had feelings for her, but they never really said it out loud that they had feelings for each other, but you can tell that's what the show was implying. You see the show always trying to pair them up, and you'd see that he showed the most care for her. But a couple times it did imply that maybe Lance also had feelings for her too, so maybe they're trying to create a little bit of a love triangle there. I know all the members of the Voltron Force did care about Allura, but Lance and Keith were probably the two that cared about her the most. The chemistry within this team is awesome. I like each member of the cast and how they're portrayed and everything, except for the nanny. I don't really like the nanny. The show could do without the nanny, I think. Thankfully, the nanny's not in Legendary Defender, which is awesome. So overall, I definitely recommend people should check this show out if you've never heard of this show. And you got voice actors and people who have worked with Legendary Defender introducing each episode of the original show on Netflix, which is really cool. And I'm going to give Voltron 1984 an A. It's a really great show. Definitely check this show out.